So 7 countries that were supporting the Palestinian cause. And the Israeli government said to the Americans, you overthrow those 7 governments. Well, it's not so easy. Those turned into 7 major wars. We had the war in Lebanon for many, many years. We had a 15-year war in Syria, which is still going on because the U.S. tried to did overthrow the Syrian government. We had the U.S. invasion of Iraq in March 2003. We had the U.S. bombing of Libya in 2011, which created a civil war in Libya. We had the U.S. supporting an insurgency in Sudan to break Sudan into 2 countries, Sudan and South Sudan, both of which are in civil war now. And we have had the U.S. supporting interventions in Somalia, which is an ongoing battleground as well. So the U.S., the one that was missing up until 2 weeks ago, or up until last month, was Iran. And the Israeli government was always begging the U.S., bomb Iran, bomb Iran, bomb Iran. And finally, Trump, who's, again, not very smart, not very effective, not very capable of resisting these kinds of demands, said, okay, we'll bomb Iran. And the war, such as it was, lasted 12 days. Israel went in and assassinated dozens of people through its Mossad, the secret service, or the spy agency, but basically it's an assassination unit. And the idea was to create a regime change. But it failed. The government is intact. And the situation is more dangerous than ever because Iran is a country of 100 million people almost. It's a major country. It has big missile systems. It has a real military capacity. And it has an alliance with Russia. And it has friendship with other nuclear powers like Pakistan. So even if it doesn't have its own nuclear weapons, maybe Pakistan will give it nuclear weapons. Maybe Pakistan would defend Iran if there was a full-fledged war with Israel. So this is the second region where imperial mentality lasts until today. The U.S. is unwilling to compromise on the imperial prerogatives. So the final point that I want to raise and then close is the U.S.-China confrontation and how dangerous it is. As I said, the U.S. got along well with China from the 1970s to around 2010, in my estimation.